everybody, welcome to the Summoners Report, episode 3. So we're going to get through this pretty quickly. We've got a couple pieces of news up first, so let's start with some news about Valentine's Day.
Yep, so Valentine's Day coming up this week, and of course Riot didn't disappoint once again with the holiday and everything. They released a beautiful Valentine's Day skins and award. This is the award you're seeing here on the screen. Beautiful bouquet, little heart around the center, and this is the Valentine's Day skin. Love the bow. When she shoots her arrows, there's a trail of hearts, just all around keeping up with the theme.
Yep. It's called Heartseeker Ash, which ties into Heartseeker Vein from last year.
Oh, I almost forgot about that one. Mm-hmm.
So, alright, also, Riot announced that mystery gifting may soon be a permanent feature. Like I've said previously on Lunar Revel, mystery gifting was a kind of like thing that came up every holiday, but they've stated that, they're giving it a couple more passes, a couple more checks, and it may end up as a permanent addition to the store. So
that'd be pretty cool. Good chance to get expensive skins like the legendaries at a cheaper price.
Yep.
And then Riot also announced that this year they're planning coming out with their own merch store. Can't wait to see what kind of stuff they come out with that. I personally would love a Teemo hat.
They have them. They're like Chinese or something.
Oh, no, I want the official one. That or a shroom. A stuffed shroom would be awesome. No joke intended.
And last up, you can check out League of Legends SoundCloud at soundcloud.leagueoflegends.com if you're interested in checking out all of the different title screen intro videos that have been around. The holiday ones, the stuff for like the champion releases, like the Yasuo one that they just had recently, and Jinx and stuff like that. So be sure to check that out if that's something that you're into.
Oh yeah. Alright, and then this past weekend, today's also your last night to pick these up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just double checking. Alright, right now up for sale as far as skins go, we have Deep Terror Thresh. This one's pretty creepy looking.
I like it.
Reminds me of what's his face from Pirates of the Caribbean. Pentakill Karthus. Looks like he's a member of Kiss.
Yeah, I think this one's gonna look pretty cool when he gets a visual update.
True. And then Recon Teemo. He's coming for you. I love his little war. He's too cute.
Yeah, so that was the skins that are available today that were available over this weekend. Mm-hmm. And we've also got a new... Oh, wait. Champions.
Oh, yeah. And then as far as champions go, they're on sale. We have Varus, an ADC, Skarner, who can jungle or top, and a Mumu, who can also jungle or top. And sometimes I've seen him as support.
So that's the champions and skins that you can pick up tonight. Starting tomorrow and going through Friday, we've got a new champion and skin sale going on. We've got Blitzcrank.
That's Apple products.
We've got Dread Knight Nasus, who looks pretty cool.
He almost looks like a werewolf in this one.
Yeah, he's interesting. Not my favorite Nasus skin, but it's cool. And then Prom Queen Annie, which is awesome.
Yeah, poor little Mumu.
I've got this one. It's pretty good.
Gonna get you in a tux.
So, and for champions this week coming up, we've got Quinn, Kog'Maw, and Dr. Mundo. So I've still got to pick up Quinn, so I'll definitely be grabbing that one for 50% off. And moving right along, we're on to the free champion rotation. So, like we did last week, we're going to touch on the champions that are available this time. And just give you a little background about all of them. So, started off with Anivia.
Yep. So Anivia is a cryo phoenix, who instead of like normal phoenixes controls fire, controls ice. She's actually been monitoring and looking over the Freljord for thousands of years. And her most peaceful time was when the tribes were united under Avarosa. She's like kind of bound to the ice. She can control the wind. You see it in her ability where she summons a big storm that slows and hits the enemy. She throws ice, pulls up an ice wall. But right now she's in the League of Legends trying to keep peace. She's allies with Ashe and trying to keep Incoming Evil from taking over the Freljord.
Cool. We've got Draven. Draven's AD carry. Draven basically is a show-off executioner. He's basically, he got into combat and he was, just being victorious wasn't enough. He wanted to be flashy. And so he eventually moved off of the battlefield and took up a spot as an executioner in the prisons of Noxus and just turned it into a big spectacle like you've seen in several movies, I'm sure. Mm-hmm. And so people came from all around to see him, and eventually even that wasn't enough, so he decided that he was going to go to the League of Legends and show off there. And he's got a pretty cool ult. I think it goes pretty much all the way across the map. So
yeah, it's a good distance. Welcome to the League of Draven. Alright, now we have Elise, the spider. So Elise is actually a follower of a great giant spider that she gets her abilities from. She gets other people to follow her, kind of like a coven kind of deal, and then she takes them thinking they're going to this paradise, and then she sacrifices them to the giant spider thingy in a cave. Ugh, spiders. And then she drinks the venom, and that's where all of her powers come from. Great thing about Elise is she has an ult you start out with right away. She can change forms, so you can either have her doing melee or ranged attacks.
She turns into a spider.
Turns into a giant spider.
Alright, next we've got Karthus, who basically is a Lich King. Karthus started out as a human boy with some serious issues. He was obsessed with death. He would dig up dead creatures and stuff them, and eventually he staged his own funeral. And once people found out what was going on, they kind of shunned him. And then he was always fascinated with the legends of the Shadow Isles. And the Shadow Isles is, a place that's full of undead and ghosts and things like that. So he went there, and eventually he did what no one else has ever done, which is he willingly gave his life over to undeath and became the embodiment of all his creepiness as a Lich. And he has a ult that annoys the crap out of tons of people because it hits everyone on the enemy team, and he will just murder people that are low health and trying to escape.
Can't run, can't hide. Nope. Alright, now we have Nami, the Tidecaller. Nami's a member of a tribe called the Mirai. Mer people, obviously. Originally, the Tidecaller's job was a Tidecaller would just appear, and they would take a pearl from the deep depths up to land to turn it into a moonstone, and then bring it back to the people so that it would ward off terror and evil in the deeps. Well, it has to be refreshed every 100 years, and as time grew short, no Tidecaller appeared. And Nami was like, screw this, I'm done waiting, went to the deeps and brought back a pearl, so her people started calling her the Tidecaller. So she ventured to land and called on the ocean to aid her since she couldn't walk. But she's having more difficulty than she originally thought with her journey to turn it into a moonstone. So that's why she turned to the League of Legends. Which you can definitely see her Tidecaller abilities with her ult, where she shoots a giant tidal wave at you. She has her bubble abilities. She has her heal, which also does damage and shoots water back and forth.
Yep, she's one of my favorite support characters. Yep. So Khazix, I love Khazix. He has a really cool mecha Khazix skin that looks awesome. Anyway, Khazix is a creature of the void. He's a void beast. He came out of the void and basically just started devouring everything to fuel his evolutions. And he thought he was unstoppable until he encountered Rengar, and then they had a fight that lasted all day, and they eventually both walked away from the fight, barely holding on to life. And that's pretty much it. He's a monster who wants to eat things and especially wants to kill Rengar, but he has some pretty cool moves. He's like a melee assassin He's good in the jungle. You can play him mid. You can play him top. But the cool thing about Khazix is that as you level up, when you level your alt, in addition to it being an ability, you also get to evolve one of your other skills, which evolves a part of your body. So, he has a leap ability, and like if you choose to evolve the leap, then he gets bigger wings and stuff like that. So he's got some cool mechanics, and I like him a lot.
I'm seeing a pattern with the void beings. Eat. Alright, now we have Oriana backing up off the robot a little. It's a little bit of a sadder story. There was a little girl originally named Oriana whose dream it always was to go fight in the League of Legends and be this big hero. But sadly, when Oriana went out to actually make that dream come true, she wasn't successful and it took her life. So her father, out of grief, a brilliant inventor, actually created the clockwork robot Oriana, and created the ball as her protector so she could go fight in the league in the place of her daughter's dream. Which, Oriana, love her. I've seen her mostly mid. I've seen a couple people support with her, though. She has a great shield. She can bounce the ball around.
Yeah, that's the key thing. Yeah. Like, all her abilities are focused around that ball.
Mm-hmm. Love the ball.
Instead of her, so it's pretty interesting.
The ball is angry.
Alright, Malphite. So, Malphite originally was not a resident of Runeterra. He was a part of this, basically you could say like a hive mind of stone people at this place called the Monolith. And he eventually, at some point, he got yanked out of his world into the world of Runeterra. And the summoners of the League of Legends were basically coming to him saying, hey, we need your help. We need you to help us to, create order and things like that. And at first he was just like shocked, angry, scared, etc. And then, he thought about it and he realized that that was a worthy goal. And so he decided to stay and to help create that order. And so now he's just a giant rock dude in the League of Legends, and he's got some pretty cool moves. He's got a really fun ult which knocks up everybody in the area.
Thing if I'm against it.
It's amazing.
Mm-hmm. Okay, last for the females this week, we have Sivir. Sivir's a mercenary from Valorant. She grew up in Valorant and was always out trying to win honor and glory at first, at the same time making as much money as possible. But then with she's originally part of the desert people, but after being taught tomb raiding and everything, she met the people of Valorant and saw sides of honor and glory, but she got bored with it eventually and became a mercenary for hire. She even got Noxus's attention, but when things started getting up in the air with Noxus and war was a possible breakout, she severed all ties because she didn't want to be picking sides in a war. But when she expected assassins from Noxus to come after her, it ended up being Cassiopeia came to her for help with trying to raid a certain tomb. Sadly, when they opened up the tomb, even though Sivir told her something's wrong, Cassiopeia threw open the doors, and we still don't know what they found, sadly, but hopefully maybe we'll get something out of there soon. Sivir, great ADC, especially since her remake. Her boomerang hurts so much, and it hurts as it goes, and it hurts as it comes back. And then her ult speeds up her actual movement speed and her attack speed, and she's just all around a really good ADC. No CC, but if you know how to use her right, she's very capable.
Yeah, she's mean. I was trashing some people in the ARAM as her.
That and her shield.
So. And last up, we've got Shin. So Shin's a ninja. The end. I'm just... that pretty much
awesome.
sums him up. Shin actually, he's part of the Kinko, also like Kennen and Akali. He's the Eye of Twilight, I believe. And basically, Shin is the person who executes tasks and judgment without any sort of bias. And like the main thing with him was, in order to become the Eye of Twilight, he had to sit there while his father was tortured, and if he would have shown any emotion, any reaction at all, he wouldn't have been able to become the Eye of Twilight. But he didn't show anything, and now that's what he is. So he's a tank, support, jungler. He's got an ult that lets him teleport across the map to someone while putting a shield on them that makes them invincible. So he's pretty cool.
Definitely.
All right, we're getting close to the end here, but before we get there, we are going to tell you all about Lunar Revel. So please excuse the little box up in the top corner. If it's there on my screen. I couldn't figure out how to get it to stop doing that. But anyway, this is the League of Legends promo site for Lunar Revel. So we're just going to go through it and check out the different things that have been posted here. Lunar Revel lasts through February 11th. So we've still got about 2 weeks, and actually tonight for Monday Night LOL, we're going to focus on getting all the icons, which you will see here in a minute. So first off, there's a promo here called Choose Your Path. And so if you log into your account on the League of Legends website, you can come here to the promo site, and then down here under Path of Truth, you'll be able to vote for a path. You can choose the path of power, the path of truth, or the path of freedom. And it says path of truth for me because I picked the path of truth. So it won't actually say the path of truth for you. It'll just depend on which one you pick. So at the end of Lunar Revel on February 11th, all the votes are going to be tallied for each region. And each region will unlock the icon associated with their path. So at the end of this, we'll have a new Summoner's icon.
It's exciting.
And next up, we'll talk about the 4 icons and what you have to do to earn them.
The Warrior's Path. For this one, simple, easy. Set on the Warrior's Path by winning a match-made game during the Lunar Revel, and you'll earn the Year of the Horse icon.
Alright, so gotta win that one. Cool. Next up, we've got the Warrior's Path. Seize power in 2 match-made games on Summoner's Rift during these next 2 weeks. So for this one, you just have to play 2 match-made games. You don't actually have to win them.
Alright, for this one, it's Diana's icon. Join your allies searching for truth in darkness. Play 2 match-made games in the Twisted Tree Line or on the Crystal Scar. So it kind of forces you to change up things if you're usually a ramp person or 5v5s. Yeah.
And then the last icon, this one you just have to play 2 match-made games with your allies on Howling Abyss. So for the most part, all you have to do to get these icons is play games on different maps with the exception of the horse icon, which you just have to win a match-made game on any map. So that is what we're going to focus on tonight. But before we get to that, we're going to continue on and check out. We have shown you these skins before, and so we're going to pass on that for now, but we are going to go ahead and show you these videos. Hopefully you can hear the audio. If not, then just enjoy the sights. They're pretty short.
I am your worst nightmare. Into battle. This'll be a slaughter. Now they die. You never stood a chance.
So that was pretty cool. That was the Trendemir one. And then we've got Lunar Goddess Diana.
Chosen of the moon. This is necessary. They leave me no choice. The moon will rise. The night will last forever. Twilight Mage!
I just noticed that I didn't notice before? All the characters that they use during these videos are all in their Lunar Revel skins.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Alright, now we have Dragon Blade Ribbon. Ugh. English.
So much death. My hands are stained. Burdens of the past. Leave doubt behind. It must come to pass. My spirit is not lost. I am awakened. Sacrifices must be made. For those who were lost.
Alright, so those are the skin videos, and last up, take a look real quick at the wards that are available this year. So we've got the wards from last year, Year of the Serpent, returning, including the Serpent Banner and the Lanterns. And this year we've got a Horse Banner for the Year of the Horse, as well as a cool gong. I know I'm going to pick up the gong.
Yeah, that's pretty cool looking. Probably
And,
the gong and the lanterns for me.
Yeah. So that's Lunar Revel. Outside of that, we've just got a couple of things to talk about for the embassy. I want to remind everybody once again that we are getting ranked teams together. We will probably have our first ranked meeting or practice sometime next week. I'll try to post up on the forums about that. I'll definitely announce it on the next Summoners Report. Once again, we're going to start with Grievance Light. So if you're interested in ranked play, you need to go through Grievance Light first, and once we get enough people that we need to make a second team, we're going to move the more serious, more advanced players up to Grievance, and then same thing there, we're going to move those up to Dark Grievance afterwards. So if you are interested in getting involved with ranked play, then come and keep an eye on the forums and come to that first match, because you got to come to 3 ranked practice sessions / meetings to be able to qualify for an invite to a ranked team. Mm-hmm. Next up, still looking for co-casters.
Yeah, so if you want to be on here with us, or want to come on and talk about how much you like League of Legends or something, just hit us up on the Grievance forums and let us know.
Yeah. And then last, I actually said something about this last cast and then just failed to mention the relevant part. I was talking about, if you are playing League of Legends, you need to add me as a friend on the game if you haven't already. And I said this is relevant. We're going to talk about it later. And I never talked about it. It's because starting sometime soon, definitely at least by next month, we're going to be having a once-a-month League of Legends fun night. We're not sure about the day or anything yet, but what we are sure about is that everybody's invited to come out. We'll play a bunch of different types of games and stuff like that, and we will be having a prize giveaway to the tune of $9.75 RP for a skin or champion purchase. Mm-hmm. So
great chance.
Yeah, keep an eye out for that. We'll have the dates up for that. As always, Monday Night League of Legends every Monday at 7 Central. Mm-hmm. And we are headed that way now. Join us. We're going to tackle all the Lunar Revel icons. So we will see you there. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you.